to walk, move my arms, eat and breathe. Because of this, I require around-the-clock nursing care. But this has not stopped me from striving for an independent life. Last year I moved away to UCLA by myself and lived away from my family for a whole semester. Unfortunately, I had to return home to San Diego in December. One of the reasons I had to come back was because I was involved in a battle with the state of California over my nursing hours. The state funds my care through a program called the NFAH waiver. Under this waiver, pediatric patients get more money than adult patients. There are 3 categories in the waiver. They are AB, subacute, and acute. Acute being the one with the most funding. Medi-Cal put me in the subacute level of care even though I qualify for acute level care. We appealed their decision and went to court and managed to convince a judge that I am, indeed, qualified for the acute level of care. However, the director of the program overturned the judge's decision and provided no reasoning for his decision. We have since been denied a rehearing and will be filing a lawsuit against the state of California. We have been forced to purchase a private insurance that costs nearly $500 a month, not including out-of-pocket costs. To add insult to injury, once I hit my yearly limit of $75,000, they stopped covering until the start of the next year. I've only had this insurance since August and I am already reaching that limit this month. The private insurance was supposed to cover the cost of the nursing hours that were cut. That is not how it works. However, Medi-Cal won't pay for anything until the private insurance gets billed. This has led to a situation where my medical bills have been piling up. I am already thousands of dollars in debt and Medi-Cal won't cover anymore. Right now, the only thing I want to do is go back to UCLA. Unfortunately, that is not possible unless I get the care that I need. My family immigrated to the U.S. after my brother and I were diagnosed. I remember asking my parents why we had decided to move here. My mother's answer was simple: opportunities. More opportunities. I believed her. But I am finding out that this government no longer cares about its citizens. It's become a giant bureaucratic machine run by corporate lobbies whose only interest is gorging on money, regardless of who they tear down in the process, along with a government that condones and enables this behavior. We have a government that would rather stay in power than help its people. All that money they spend on bailouts could have been used to give people the care they need. People are fed up and we, the 99%, want things to change. We want our tax dollars to be used for people who need it, not super rich CEOs. We want a better regulated financial system that isn't allowed to run roughshod, destroying more value than it creates. We want politicians to be held responsible for their mistakes. Most importantly, we the people want the power back. I've faced many obstacles in my life. Obstacles that most normal people can't even imagine. Sometimes I get discouraged or depressed. It feels like no matter how much crap is thrown at me, there is always a little more. It's never gonna end. Then I realized that is what life is, a series of obstacles. It's not supposed to be easy. It is how you deal with these obstacles that define you as a person. There will always be people that want you to fail, people trying to stop you, and I already see this in the Occupy movement. I see the police raiding these protesters if they are some drug cartel, treating them like common criminals. I realize that for a lot of you protesting, it must be frightening. The thought of being brutalized by someone that is supposed to protect you is sickening. But all of you have to remember, you are more powerful than they are. You, all of you, united, wield more power than the entire U.S. Army. They have guns and bombs, but you have something much better, the power to change an entire country, to go down in history as the catalyst that ushers into new and better year. One where everyone has equal rights, where people control the government, not corporate lobbyists, where everyone is held accountable for their actions. This could be the point where we get America back to what it was supposed to be, a government by the people, for the people. everyone has the same opportunities, a land where our constitutional rights are not trampled on. So to all the people protesting, every time you get raided, arrested, brutalized and beaten on, remember to pity those officers. They are afraid. They know that you are a threat to the status quo, and they know that they are running out of options. They know that time is up for this unsustainable current system, and it is about to go down. Benjamin Franklin said, "The pen is mightier than the sword." Even today that statement holds true. The pen is mightier than any weapon anyone can think of. Yes, they can and do destroy, but they can't create. We can. I want you to fight. Fight for me. Fight for the millions of unheard voices. Fight for yourselves. No matter how hard they try to stop you, don't be discouraged. As Frederick Douglass once said, those who profess to favor freedom, and yet depreciate agitation, are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want oceans without the roar of its many waters. The struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or maybe both. But it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has and it never will. My name is Raul Carranza. I am the 99%.